All right. I was going to film this outside, but it is freezing outside. Like super fucking cold. So, um this is th- this video is about your low points because we've all had low points throughout life. And for some reason, I don't know if it's like timing. I don't know if it's the work I went through with the mentors that I went through it with. I'm just responding to low situations completely differently. And it's kind of like a trampoline. Um, so I was, since like August, was running a high ticket sales company where we trained high ticket closers. So the most volatile sales space available on planet Earth. And I love high ticket. I absolutely love high ticket. I was in-person sales since I got out of high school. I did direct sales for about 7 years, cold calling, door knocking, majority for real estate for almost 7 years, right? Got into high ticket because I wanted virtual. I didn't want to drive all over God's creation, right? Especially in Atlanta. Like, you have a listing appointment in fucking Roswell, and then you have a listing appointment in Marietta. Good fucking luck if that happens like during rush hour. You're fucked. So, got connected to a virtual real estate startup, and I was making like 12 grand a month, right? Not real estate money, but it wasn't even Zoom. It was phone calls. So I was literally in my fucking underwear. I was literally I walked from my bedroom out into the living room and chilled. No wear and tear on the car. Got to Uber Eats. I was spending an ungodly amount of money on Uber Eats, right? Anyways, got in a high ticket. Was in high ticket for like 5-ish years. And my last position was chief product officer at a high ticket sales training company. Not going to name the company, but um, I came on as a student because I wanted more sales training. Right, I was getting back into high ticket after developing my own artificial intelligence and helping clients break through subconscious beliefs. Think Tony Robbins, even though it's not Tony Robbins, but it's Peter Crone. But people don't know Peter Crone, so I say Tony Robbins. And I did that for what, like 6 months, where it was operating for 3 months and then it was selling for the next 3 months because there was a pivot. So came on, was quickly offered a position to come onto the team and like sell for the team. Um, and You know what? I'm actually not going to disclose any more of this because I'm actually in uh, current litigation. And in case this individual has found I don't want him using any of this against me. But so I'll eventually tell the whole story in a YouTube video when all of this is over. But I got fucked over. I got the short end of the stick. And I was left in not a good situation. And this individual was very much aware of it. And very, I mean, and that's why we had agreements the way we had agreements, right? Well, push come to shove, he didn't hold up his end of the agreements. So I ended up going thousands in the negative. Like, my bank account actually said negative 1,000 plus, right? Because of overdraft and shit like that. Credit cards maxed out. There were agreements like, hey, I'm going to pay you this much. Hey, you're going to get this much profit. Hey, you're going to, get this equity in the business. Um, hey, I'll support you. I'll pay you this much, right? None of that came to fruition, by the way. A little bit of support, but like nowhere near the amount of support that we agreed on, right? So, not getting paid for any of the calls that I was coaching, shit like that. And it was really tough. I got really really depressed. Um, like I wasn't fucking I wasn't like brushing my teeth or anything like that. I was eating shit, like really just like fucking junk food. I was not getting any sun. I was working nonstop. I'd wake up, work, sleep, um, and that was pretty much it. I literally did not see the sun for months. There would be a call where we're trying to break down theory from, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night to like 4 o'clock in the morning, um, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? 7 to 2, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., right? Just developing this theory and turning this into a process so our students can have a better experience. And I'm really passionate about that. I don't take that lightly, right? If someone at the end of the day is going to be on the other end of an experience I'm providing, like my name's attached to that, right? And I don't know if I take anything else more seriously in life. Um, so so I gave it my all, and students were having a phenomenal time. And but the agreements didn't hold up, so I had to get back into selling. And I'm saying all this to say I was basically just left in not a good situation. I mean, I was eating pancake mix, raw pancake mix, because I had negative money and my credit cards were maxed out. So there was someone who was in here and they moved out and they left pancake mix. And I tried cooking it in a pan, um, but you needed like Pam, right? Like non-stick spray so that you could flip the pancakes. So I just fucking added water and just ate the fucking pancake mix. I probably did that for about a week because I just had no money. Um, so and I was really down. Like my perception of the world and of myself was just really not in a good situation, like at all. It was really bad, and probably sent out, I don't know, over 250 applications on Indeed because I was done with the high ticket space. Right, I was like, well, I can't become a closer because it takes, a week or two to go through the interviewing application process. Then it's going to take 30 days to get paid because you're commissions. So about a month and a half. And I was like, I don't have a month and a half. I actually don't have any time. I have negative time. Right? Like I'm so behind financially. I have negative time. And I do want to add this because this is super important to me. Um, Emmett sent me a couple hundred. Matthew sent me a couple hundred, and I got to eat. I got to eat food. So thank you, gentlemen. They don't know this YouTube channel exists, so they will probably never hear this. I've told them thank you enough, but thank you. And then that was it. I had no other money, so I was behind on rent. And my best friend Phil ended up giving me 2 months rent. So thank you, Phil, because I was fucked. I was not in a good spot. I would have been okay, but like as in like I would have been probably would have been, homeless and but I wouldn't have killed myself, and I would have eventually, like, I would have been okay with the situation. Like I wouldn't have been in an okay situation, but I would have been okay with that is what I'm trying to say. Um so thank you. Um and It's exactly what I needed. What happened with this individual is exactly what the fuck I needed because it was a spitting image of my mother. And I want to make another video about narcissism. I hate that word. I hate because so many people throw that word around a lot, and I hate when things are overpopularized and then misused. I try to stay very far away from that. And I don't even really know what a narcissist is, but I'm been going through a shit ton of therapy, and I think it's safe to say that's the relationship that I had. And it's so funny because I cut that relationship off with my mother. I don't even like calling her that. The woman who gave birth to me. uh, but Super thankful for the curriculum that she put me through. That I am now going through the shit that I'm going through. So even if you try to run away from that, you're not going to get away from it, right? If you try to get away from your dad, your mom, if you don't actually evolve past who they were as a person, at least in my experience, I just found that person in another person. And I found it in this person that I had a high ticket sales training company with. And I'm super, super grateful because it's like, you know how people talk like the law of attraction? I look at this as like the law of acceptance, the law of allowance. I allowed this individual to do what they did, right? Um, I allowed to let it get as far as it got, right? There were red flags from the very beginning, right? And I could have been like, hey, no, this isn't for me. I'm good. I'm out of here. I didn't do that, right? I stayed and I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, he'll get better. He didn't. Okay. And it allowed things to get to such a bad point, which I'm so grateful for because, like, I don't know, I'm just responding to probably the hardest situation. I mean, I've had a shit ton of hard situations throughout my life. But most recently, the hardest situation I've been in, and I'm responding to it in such a different way. I'm just so proud of myself, and I don't think I would have ever have those words would have never left my mouth ever from the way I looked at myself. And I'm so proud of myself. And really, I'm going to get really in depth as to why in the next video about like the narcissistic relationship. I'm going to read a post that I saw. But like there's so much evolution happening in my life in the past like 30 days. It started slow, like over the past, I'd say 2 years, right? End of 2024 is when I met David Diane Fisher, got into Peter Crone 2025, and then late, maybe mid, maybe, yeah, early, mid, late, I don't remember when, got into Jiddu Krishnamurti and started seeing some linear progress. But now it's like compounding, like beyond, like I've gone through more evolution in the past 2 years than I have my whole life. And I don't know if it's like the whole, oh, the teacher will appear when the student's ready kind of shit. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew because I would love to do that work where I can help people evolve. Um, but um, but yeah, the purpose of this video, I don't really know what it is, right? It just started off with like I'm responding to I guess it's just a little documentary for future me to see that the shit that you fucking went through, it's, February 23rd, 2026 right now. The shit that you've gone through over the past 6 months with this business, 7 months, 8 months, in the position that you've been in and the way you're responding to it, it's fucking incredible. It is absolutely incredible, Paul. And I just want to document this so 10 years from now, whatever position I'm in, I can be like, hey, look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, I don't know. I'm just so proud of myself because this position that I was recently in, if I was in this any other time in my life, I would have tried so forcefully and with so much effort to get out of it. And now I just sat in it with like absolute okayness, right? Not that I was like okay with everything, but I wasn't resisting it, if that makes sense, right? And it's allowing me to actually move out of this situation because I'm okay with it. And that's really the purpose of this video is that I remember every other time I was not in a good spot, I would I would always be like, why would I always work my hardest and my best when I was in such bad spots, but as soon as I got to a good spot, I just let up. And it's like that's why. Because I was running away from something. And this time, I just haven't run away from it. And I've just like, I don't like the word alchemized, but like I've just turned this situation to something I'm okay with. And now I'm like moving out of it in a different way than how I used to because I'm okay with it. I don't know. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say and articulate. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever not been okay and you just, with so much effort and force because of the not okayness, you get out of that situation, but then you notice you change because you're no longer in that situation. And that's bound to happen because of the dynamics of the not okayness that is being created from the situation that you're not okay with. But now that I'm okay with it, I'm still progressing and moving beyond the situation just like any other time. But it's different this time because I'm not moving away from not being okay with the situation. I'm moving through it with okayness in this situation. So that right there has taken me my whole fucking life to like become okay with like the bottom, like where I just was. To become okay with that, I mean, I'm like, what can I not be okay with now? And to me, that's freedom. Like I think Peter Crone says it perfectly, where it's like freedom, like in the most powerful man in the room and the most free man in the room is no matter what happens, like being okay with it happening. He doesn't say it like that verbatim. That's probably a really shitty paraphrase. It's probably a really shitty paraphrasing of that. But I think you get the gist. Where it's like I'm not resisting it.